Hey, hey. It's a Mido show. Hey, hey. It's a Mido show. Hey, hey. It's a Mido show.
We're live. Bobby Cerda back in the studio again. Certified Short, Bobby C, Baba Laba Ding Dong.
I think that's good enough.
We have a couple more names for you. I can't remember what they are.
Yeah, something like Amazing or Thor or something.
Bobby the Great.
Bobby the Great, yeah. Like Alexander.
So what have you been up to since the last time that we conversed?
Me, man, are you really interviewing me? You travel the country right now. You're asking me the question. What the hell have you been fucking up to, man?
Dude, I've been everywhere and it's been fun, but I'm glad to be back home because there's no place like home, you know? I was in Kansas for a little bit, and I kind of had that Dorothy mentality of there's no place like home, and I just want to get home because,
right.
I mean, it's cool going out there, but, like, the work that I was doing, it just wasn't as fun as I thought it would be.
Yeah, some slave-ass shit.
Pretty much was. I felt like a slave. I felt like actually more like a prisoner, like being stuck in prison, you know? Fucking 24 hours a day locked up. Like,
that's fucking funny.
Fucking working for like 12 hours for fucking like little pay and shit. And then
shit.
fucking.
It's like nothing.
Yeah, and then get stuck in a fucking room with like, you know, random ass people in fucking hotels and shit.
That's funny you mention that. They just like recently brought up like a topic saying like prisoners are like exploited slaves and shit. Because like they work. Dude,
they are. They actually, one of the guys that we worked with, because actually a lot of these guys in this company like either did time or like, you know, had drug problems and shit, or like coming out of sober living and stuff.
Oh shit.
And one of the guys, he actually did like a little like, you know, like 2 years or something like that, but on his like last year he did he had an option to do fire camp, which is like where when California has wildfires and stuff, they take guys like inmates and stuff, and they're like, okay, well, like you'll get like kind of like this like it's not like an early release thing, but like they kind of get into that program, so they go out and do wildfire stuff, like cutting line and stuff and helping out, but they only get paid like $1 a day.
But the time gets shortened though, right, or some shit?
Like I don't like maybe they get like a little bit for like good behavior or whatever, but it's like pretty much just getting them out of being in a cell and shit, you know. And so like this guy did just because like, dude, he's like, I was like too ADD, I just needed to do something, you know.
Yeah.
Like he was all jacked up from just fucking doing push-ups and shit like all fucking day and stuff. Like
sucks.
So like, you know, you get tired in there in prison and shit. So they set up this program where they bring these inmates and stuff and they like put them through it, but they pay them like super cheap and shit, like fucking like dirt, dude. And I mean, like, you know, pretty much they just do it just to get the fuck out of, you know, being in prison and stuff.
There, exactly.
Yeah, I kind of feel free for like a moment, but at the same time too, it's
not
like
free.
Yeah, dude, you're feeling like a fucking slave.
You're
dude.
still locked the fuck down when you come back.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's cool because like at least they could feel like morally they're doing something right, because like, you know, it's like you're saving people and shit, because these wildfires, dude, they fucking, I mean, you seen how these recent ones, dude, fucking.
Dude, especially in California.
Hell yeah, dude, they fucking like demolish fucking houses and communities.
You see the one in Ojai?
Nah.
Dude, yeah, there was like one in Ojai. It was like, I want to say like 4 or 5 miles down from my house. Through my Diana's house, I told her to come over because, you know, she lives in Ojai. She's like, all right.
Does she live in Ojai? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was well, kind of like Oak View.
For some reason, I was thinking she lived in Oxnard.
No.
I think that was just me being stereotypical because she's Mexican.
Yeah, right, exactly. You just fucking racist son of a bitch. Yeah, dude, so I told her to come over. She's like, all right, I'll be there in like 45 minutes. I'm like, wait, what are you doing? Taking a shit or something? You know? She's like, no, I gotta
go. Like, wait a minute, that's Bobby time right there.
Exactly. I was like, what the hell are you talking? She's like, I gotta go through Santa Barbara and come up because like that whole road is blocked off because.
Oh, the 33?
Yeah, exactly. Just like the whole that's the only road going through it. So
yeah.
you're just stuck. Just fucking stuck. It's kind of BS. But that's what's dope about you getting to travel like the world. You get to see like those experiences, meet people that have been in jail. I don't know if that's like the best experience, but it's an experience.
It actually, you know what? That whole stint of being on the road and stuff for like 6 months was kind of like a scared straight program.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of like, okay, if you don't get your life together, Mido, like these are the options you're gonna have later on in life. Like, you know,
right.
Like, I'm glad you're doing this when you're fucking 25 rather than, you know, fucking 45, or, you know, like some of these guys and shit are like, you know, fucking, they're like trying now to get back on that path of like, you know, doing things right, but they're just like, some of them are just so fucked up, dude. Like they're just lifestyle is just like, I hate to say it, kind of low life, you know, like they're just like
Wait, elaborate.
Well, just like, you know, like they're the way they think about things and stuff. It's like they don't have, their minds are already programmed to be below everybody else, kind of, you know, or whatever.
Kind of like, this is where life is, and I'm satisfied.
Kind of, and like the only way to get ahead is to like either be a criminal or kind of like, you know, it's hard for them to like, you know, a lot of those guys to like stay straight and stuff like that, because, you know, I mean, shoot, you know how it is in the fucking world, you know, like you feel like you're doing everything right and still nothing's happening, you know, you're like, fuck this, you try to cut corners here and there and stuff. Like,
do you think that's like most of the crime comes from? That's like,
It's not so much crime. Maybe crime, but like just bad decisions overall and just stuff, dude. A lot of drugs, too. That's like a big problem. Like I said, a lot of these guys fucking been through like rehab and shit and fucking sober living and stuff. And it's cool because this guy, it kind of sucks for me because I got paid fucking dirt, but the owner of the company, he hires a lot of these guys out of the sober living and stuff because he used to be an addict like 20 years ago and shit, and he's been sober like since. But now he's just like a workaholic, like his fucking, because that's the thing with like addicts, like they're just addicted to shit, like they find something, like drugs is just drugs is just like the easy thing, and it's like it's something that like you can get, and like it's repetitive, it's just something that like they do. So now he made his whole addiction like work. So now he's like a workaholic. Like he just works mad hours and stuff, and getting these contracts and stuff, and hiring people. But yeah, he hires these people out of sober living and stuff. And it's cool because it's always great to give people a second chance because a lot of these people they just need a second chance. Like a lot of them were just fucked up from the beginning, fucking bad childhoods, family, parents divorced, like all bad situations and stuff. And so it's like, they've always like tried to do the right thing and be like the right type of person and stuff, but something's been holding him back. So they, he gives them these opportunities. And a lot of the guys, they take this opportunity and, actually make something of it, and like, work hard and fucking, try to like make their lives better, get out of that situation that they were in. But a lot of these guys are just trying to find like, like they don't want to work hard. They don't, they just want a paycheck. Like they don't want to like work and like, try to like,
that's like the American dream, dude. Just do nothing and get money.
Pretty much, dude. It's like all these guys, like the whole time, all they were worried about is like, oh, how many hours are we clocking and stuff. I'm like, why don't you just worry about like, let's do the job and then fucking get out of here and like, fucking. And that was the thing too, is like we were always trying to like work the hours so we still got paid what we should because we were working 12-hour shifts. Yeah. But it's like if we could go into the store and bust out 10 hours of work and produce the same numbers that the boss wants and stuff, we could get out of there, still get back to the hotel and have a little relaxation time, and we'll still clock 12 hours and still get paid.
But they wouldn't want to do that.
No, they wouldn't want to do it. They would fucking go and take bathroom breaks all the time, fucking just like walk around, shop at the store and shit.
What the fuck?
And I'm not gonna lie, I fucking did it a couple times too, but I busted out my numbers. You know what I'm saying? It's like I changed out as many ballasts as I need. I did like my section and shit, and then like fucking if I want to go take a shit for 45 minutes, I can, But like I didn't do that. I kept working to fucking help the team, but then like I said, I'd put up like fucking a certain amount of numbers per night, and they'd only put up like 20 do 20 ballasts in a night, and I'm doing like fucking 100,
Oh shit.
And it's not fucking difficult work, dude. It's super simple. Like honestly, I could train a monkey how to do this shit. Like, you cut the black wire, you strip it back, you cap it off, right? There, the hot's gone. You cut the white wire, you strip it back, you cap that off, right? No powers to the thing. You just cut all the wires, strip them back, plug the blue wire to the blue wire, the red wire to the red wire, the yellow wire to the yellow, and then just put the white and the black, in, and boom, it's powered back up.
Bada bing.
Yeah.
Good Caesar. Not kidding.
Dude, it's pretty fucking simple, but a lot of these guys, they just, like I said, they don't have the work ethic. Like, they don't want to, show up and like put in like 12 hours of work and constant work and like, like
is that because they're addicts or?
Well, dude, just like one dude, like all he could think about was like, when's the next cigarette break? Like, can we go out and have a smoke break? Like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, because like we're working on scissor lifts, so we're like up in the air, like and changing out these lights and shit.
Scissor lifts? What?
Yeah, they're like you kind of like drive them around. Shit, construction uses them a lot. They're those ones that like go up and down and shit. They're like a platform.
Oh, okay. And it looks like just kind of like an elevator type thing. Just
yeah. So like
up.
When it goes up, okay. like the things go up like a scissor, like that's what it's called, scissor lift.
I know. Okay.
But we're like using those and stuff, and like every now and then, we gotta come down and get more material and stuff. And every time somebody would come down to get like some more shit, he'd be like, "Hey, we taking a smoke break?" Like he would be in the middle of changing out ballots. Like he's got like a hot wire like hanging, and he'll be like coming down, like like let's go take a break.
Did a smoke.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, even if we were taking a break, it's like finish up what you're doing, put lamps in, like have it complete, and then come down and then go take your break. Don't just leave shit, because a lot of these stores are like 24 hours and shit, so you got fucking customers in there, fucking people working and shit, and it's like
stragglers.
Yeah, even though like we know that the hot's capped off, it looks weird, like fucking just wires hanging out. People get all freaked out about that shit, like, oh, something's wrong up there, and it's like, just fucking finish the shit. Like, take the extra 2 minutes to fucking just finish putting the shit together, and then go take a break.
But if you think about it, dude, based on like Marvel's logic, there's like a 75% chance that he's gonna become some sort of superhero. if like they get fucking hit by that electricity. So
No, and that's the thing. The motherfucker kept shocking himself too. There's like these dudes,
fucking imagine that,
dude. They would fucking, oh my god, they would fucking just every time, dude, fucking shock themselves and like what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you touching? Like, you know, touching metal and stuff. They'd be tripping breakers left and right. Dude, fucking rows of lights are going
fucking
out. And
idiot.
stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So,
start all over.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking bad.
That's
so,
fucking shitty. So
yeah, so I'm glad to be back now doing this shit. And that was another thing too. Is like when I was on the road, I kind of did my I don't know if you listened to my Where's Mido podcast thing, where I was just kind of like, you know, rant about like fucking where I was at and what I was doing and shit. And it kind of seemed like a rant just because I was like fucking so stressed and I had nobody to talk to. So it was like, as soon as I turned that mic on, I was just like, boom, just like unloading shit. Or like there's been a couple like I know I called you a couple times when I was like working shit, and like as soon as you get me on the phone, I'm just like, boom, 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 boom.
Here's everything.
Yeah. Dude, she's like, fuck this shit. You know?
Speaking of that, dude, how was that tail, dude? I know you're tapping that nice honey. You don't gotta be modest. I know you missing that. Instead,
what?
I didn't catch her name, but that girl that you were talking to.
Oh yeah. That's something we don't need to worry about right now.
No, come on. The viewers want to hear this.
Nah. Anyways, but we want to get back to what I'm really doing right now and shit, which is now I'm doing the Lyft driving, which you got me into. Because it's like the whole be your own boss shit. Like I'm tired of working a 9 to 5 or like a 9 to 9 when I was working fucking on the road and shit.
Right.
Just working long hours and shit. Like I want to be able to have my day open to do, you know, running, workout, fucking Muay Thai shit, fucking I want to try to get into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu eventually down the line and shit. I want to free my time up to do stuff, bow hunting, you know, and it's just like it's too hard when you're stuck to schedule and stuff. And then like when you work for like an employer and shit, like even if you want time off, like you have to ask time, like, and you know it's so hard to like you're stuck there. Like even if you want to take a day off, it's like oh well you can't.
That's why I don't get why people just like are so against like being Lyft and Uber being their only way of income. It's like, dude, I do whatever the fuck I want to do every day of my life, and if I want to work, like I'll fucking work. Which I mean, you know, I'm kind of tedious with that. You know, I'll do it. You know, I'll do it every weekend. But if I wanted to take that weekend off, which I mean I have, like I went to a camping trip, I don't have to be like, hey boss, like I gotta take fucking this day. Can I please have, you know? It's like just fucking take it off. It's like it's my time. I do what I want. It's pretty badass.
Well, I just like the flexibility about it. Like even today, like you know, I was fucking running errands and shit. I had to go to Time Warner Cable and like fucking do some shit to get.
And you still got some in.
Yeah, so it was like I was on my way over there, and like as I'm driving, I just got the thing online, you know, and then I was actually on my way back, and I was almost home, and then like somebody like a ride came up, and I was like, okay, like you know, boom, just do it real quick. And
so convenient.
Yeah, so I just ran, did that real quick, and then like after I dropped him off, like I still had it on as I came home. Like if another ride would have came, I would have like boom went and did that. But then like you know once I got back home, just turn it off, and it's like okay now I could do whatever, you know. And it's one of those things too. Yeah, like you don't have to like once you start working, it's like okay, like you know when you go to a normal job, it's like all right, I'm here, I got 8 hours to do, I got to fucking get through this, and you're just trying to find any way to get through it.
Right.
It's like here, it's like you know I just like. I want to work more, but at the same time too, whenever I get tired, you know, just turn it off, take a break. You
do
know?
Whatever the hell you want, exactly. And just chill out. But yeah, dude, you're gonna get some of those like bad fucking customers though at times. Like you'll see it. I mean, hopefully not. I don't get too many. I've only had like a couple. But,
when do you normally get them though? Probably like late at night.
Always, yeah, late
drunk,
fucking
drunk,
night. Either like really drunk. But some of the drunk people are really fucking funny. But like you get some people that just like have no idea. It's like, dude, is this your first drink or something? You know, that's what I want to ask these people. It's like, what the hell? Like, why are you so shit faced drunk? Like, what could have possibly happened?
Just white girl wasted.
Yeah, white girl fucking wasted. Exactly. These like grown ass men.
Like
dude.
I like to say, Mido wasted.
Yeah, the worst night I think I've ever had in my life, dude. Not even like just as a driver, like in my life was my first night driving. And dude,
Jesus!
I know. Tell me about it.
Please tell me this story.
I have to, yeah, dude. So I was driving, and dude, this was like at 3 a.m. I was like, you know, I'm just gonna do one more ride because I was like one more ride away from my goal. My goal that night was like $200, and so yeah, I was like, dude, I just need like 10.
Wait, $200 in a night?
Yeah, dude.
See, that's the thing people don't understand.
Yeah, exactly.
People, $200 in a night, just driving around.
That's like
simple.
That was a good day for me. I was working like I did like 14 hours that day, busting them out. But you're allowed to the max you're allowed to do is 14 hours.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Does it say you're on a...
Yeah, if you go past 14 hours, that'll make you take like at least a 6-hour period break. You have to log out for at least a 6-hour period of time.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, even like truck drivers, they have like limits on how much they can drive.
Actually, my uncle does truck driving, and he doesn't even follow that at all. He'll just like write down. He's like, oh, this is what I did.
Oh yeah, I know. Trust me, I know a lot
Right
of truckers who fucking yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, dude, this night.
But no, but like I said too, there's a lot of those fucking truckers out there. They're all like, you know, it's like whether the shit needs to be delivered or not. They're just like, oh well, you know, they play about. Yeah, they're just like, oh, well, I'm gonna take a break. You know, it's like I like those motherfuckers who that are like, let's get the job done. Yeah,
exactly.
You know, let's fucking do it. Because like with me, I'm one of those people where it's like if I have something to do and I don't do it, like take care of it now, it's just gonna stress me out. Like everything else is just gonna be thrown off. I'd rather just do it now, get it done, and be like, okay, that's done. Yeah. Now I could like, you know, I'm not stressing about it.
Yeah, why would you even want that stress lingering over your shoulder?
See, that's the thing. Some people just don't have that mentality. Like they just have a mentality like
do it later.
Yeah, or just like it. Oh, like they don't care. Like they just. I don't know. Some people just.
I call that shit the tomorrow syndrome. You know, it's like I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow never fucking comes. I call that. A lot of people fucking have that.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to be caught up in the tomorrow.
Same here. Yeah. Well,
I kind of still am. You know.
Yeah. Right.
Like
exactly.
Each day I'm trying to get better at how I do it and stuff. You know.
Yeah. It's all about progression, not perfection.
Yeah. And that's another thing too. It's like you know. It's like when I first wanted to make all these changes in my life, it's like you just expect to wake up one day and that like everything. Yeah. It's like okay, tomorrow I'm gonna start eating healthy and I'm gonna start working out and I'm gonna start doing this and this and this, and it's like you're gonna fail if you do that.
Right.
You gotta start with like one thing. Yeah. Like each day, just worry about like, you know, one thing.
Hell yeah.
So and like find the thing that's gonna make everything else easier. Like for me, like just waking up early in the morning and going for a run. It's like okay, boom, get that done. Start my day like that. Okay, that's one good thing to propel the next thing. You know.
Create habits.
Yeah. You know, and then like working out and things like that. You know. Now that I'm back here doing like helping my parents out any way I can, helping my grandpa and do stuff like that. Even though I got like a whole bunch of other stuff that I want to do and stuff, I try to fit that into my schedule too, because like if I just do stuff for myself, I feel selfish and I feel like I'm not,
you kind of gotta be selfish sometimes though, you know?
Yeah. But at the same time too, it's like, I feel like I gotta help out everywhere. As best as I can, you know? It's like, you know,
of course. Where's your grandpa been, by the way? Today was the first day I saw him since you've been back.
He was actually, I think he was with my uncle and stuff. Oh, okay. For a couple weekends, because one of my cousins, her son had a birthday party, and so they went down there for a birthday party and shit down in LA area, and then he was with my aunt, and then my aunt just brought him up like 2 days ago or something like that back over here. But then when my aunt's going to Mexico today, and then when she gets back, he's gonna be going with her again. So, I mean, he mostly stays here, but he's always in between like my aunt's house and my uncle's house, and you know, stuff like that, bouncing around. Yeah. But he's pretty much like, you know, like on his own, kind of like does his own little thing. I mean, like today I picked up some food for him on the way back from that was another thing too, because he wanted me to get him some food when I went to Time Warner. So I went, did that, did some rides.
When you went to where? Time Warner?
Yeah, well, Spectrum, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, not Time Warner no more. But because his remote, because we have like a TV in the garage and then a TV in his room. And then so like the remote for the garage was turning on the TV but wasn't changing the channels. And then it would change the channels in his room, but not turn on the TV. And then the opposite with the other one. So it was like I had to reprogram them, but I didn't know how to. So I just took in the remotes, and they gave me new ones. Yeah, and so I just reprogrammed them and shit.
Pretty nifty being. Oh, that's pretty awesome that you're pretty nifty like that way. You
yeah,
just, like, shit.
But at the same time too, like, you know, I don't want to sound mean to my grandpa, but knowing like in a couple of weeks he's probably gonna mix them up again.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
like I told him, Grandpa, like keep this one in your room and this one in the garage, and we won't have problems. But you know, easier said than done sometimes. So yeah, problem solved for right now. Nice. So that's good. And then like I said, I got him food, so he's taking care of, like, you know, I mean, yesterday I had to take him to the bank, but other than that, I mean, I hardly ever, you know, have to really do stuff for him.
He can tend to himself?
Pretty much. I mean, my mom leaves him, like, food throughout the day and stuff so he can warm something up. Or, I mean, like, sometimes she'll come home at lunch and bring him something. I mean, so he's taken care of pretty much. But he just, like, watches TV during the day and listens to music, you know, in the garage and shit. So he's kind of got his own little routine going on, and that's cool. I wish I could spend more time with him and stuff, but like, but like I said, yeah, I'm just busy with, you know, with all this other stuff, and it's like I don't want to, you know, I feel a little bit selfish because it's like, okay, I should take this time because, you know, he probably doesn't have that much time longer, you know, and it's like he's living here with me right now and stuff, but I'm trying so hard to get out of this position in my life, like living with my parents and stuff, and like move on and get my life going. So it's like I feel like I need to do all these things in order to do that.
Right.
But by the time like all that stuff happens, I feel like he's gonna be gone, and then I'm gonna be like, oh well, I should have took advantage of the time that I had, you know, to spend more time with him and stuff. But at the same time too, I mean, like, we have a great relationship. Like, we, you know, growing up, like, we always did stuff. We used to go fishing all the time and things like that. And he would take us camping, and he would watch us all the time, like during the summers when our parents would be working and stuff. So,
dude, yeah, if I were you though, I'd just be like chilling. If you have a free ride home, I would kind of just like ride that wave, and then so that way you can like stack up money and just play the financial defense. So that way eventually, you could once you get enough like of your finances in order, you can like start playing offense.
Well, no, I am, but I'm saying at the same time too, I'm trying to stay busy, like getting all these things. It's just like I don't have enough hours in the day. It's like,
dude, that is so true.
And that's the thing too, is like I want so much in life, like not like in a greedy way, but like knowing that it's possible, but I just got to work for it, and it's gonna take everything that I got to get it. Like there's a lot of people in my family that are just don't like are comfortable with like just like okay, just go and do a simple and just like work 8 hours a day, come home, pay the bills, have food to eat, do a little something on the weekend, stuff like that, and that's satisfying for them, but like to me that's not enough. That's just
same here.
That drives me crazy. It's like I just need I like I said, I hate the feeling of being trapped. So any type of job that makes me feel like, oh, I have to do this, or that's why I like doing like a podcast thing. It's like if I want a podcast today, I could do it. If I wanted, if I don't want to do it, I don't want to. I don't do it and shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like all the other stuff I want to do. It's like comedy. If I want to go do comedy, I set up a time and I go do it. It's like if I want to drive, I go and drive. If I want to go shoot my bow, I go shoot my bow. If I want to go hunting, I go on a hunting trip.
Exactly.
It's like I like having that freedom of like. And that's actually one of the reasons too why I don't have a girlfriend, or I don't want to be in a relationship or anything, is because I feel like most of my time would be going towards that, and I feel like I'm better off like doing something that I just want to do rather than invest, because I've seen so many people invest their time into the wrong fucking relationships and shit, and it's like the time that like you just wasted on that, like did it really make you happy? A lot of times people are bitter after a breakup and shit, like it just like why did I put so much time into that and stuff, and then they're just upset about it. So I was like, I want to be like that, dude.
Slow you down.
Yeah. And and I used to think too, I was like, dude, like one thing holding me back is I need like a woman in my life, somebody who just like, just like some support, like, somebody saying, oh, you're doing all right, you can do it, and blah, 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 and stuff. But at the same time too, I'm like, that shit's like maybe not the best thing for me, because in my head, I'll know that I'm not where I want to be or doing it. So it's like, okay, don't feed me this bullshit that I know isn't true, It's like, I want to be, but at the same time too, I don't want to, a girlfriend who's like real with me, like you ain't doing shit, blah 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 blah, because then I'm like fuck, then I'm gonna feel like discouraged. Like I need somebody to encourage me, but also to like
be that support system,
but be real, So it's like I'm better off just doing it on my own, just fucking, because worrying about that shit and worrying about trying to make somebody else happy is just fucking
too much.
at least for this point in my life, like I said, I need to get my life set up the way I want it to, and be financially stable with doing the things I want to do, and right now, like that's why I'm doing this whole lifting to fucking just get myself to free up my schedule where that takes care of my finances, and then the rest of the time I can do whatever with it, Plus I'm always driving around anyways. I'm always going to LA, I'm always going to San Fernando Valley, fucking visiting people and driving around and shit. So it's like
that's why I like going out to LA, dude, because like you were saying, that's fucking how you want to just like constantly progress. That's everybody's fucking mindset out there. Everybody's like a producer or an actor or a dancer or a photographer, whatever the fuck, dude. They're always just doing shit they like to do, and they don't live for some moments or live for the weekend, dog. They live for a living. Every single day they're just doing shit they like to fucking do, and that's how they occupy the time. They don't like go to work 9 to 5, come home, hopefully get some fucking rest for the next day, and then like the weekend comes and like, oh, now let's go have some fun. It's like, nah, dude, if I want to go fucking kick a fucking bag because I want to learn some Muay Thai, like I'm gonna go do that today, you know what I'm saying? And then like work on some homework right now, and then I have my set schedule, so I'm always so fucking pressed for time, like you said, no time throughout the day. But yeah, dude, that's why I fucking love LA. That's why I'm constantly out there doing Lyft, which is actually where I get like my best rides. Actually, I had a pretty badass ride not too long ago.
Well, see, that's one thing that I like about like tomorrow night when we're going to go see Joe Rogan at Ice House. Actually, that's one thing, viewers, we're going to see Joe Rogan at the Ice House.
Yeah, hashtag.
I've been waiting to go see him. He's fucking, his comedy game is killing it lately.
Yeah. That dude's a badass fucking artist too. Like he knows a shit ton of disciplines, bro. Doesn't he like jujitsu? Yeah, I think I'm positive.
Well, dude, he started out doing karate at like 13, dude, and by 21 he was like a world champion, like competitor and shit. And then he actually retired like at 21, like from competitive, like martial arts and stuff. Yeah. But he still always trained. And then that's when he started comedy when he was 21. and he's just been doing comedy like since then.
Yeah,
but
see,
like
I kind of want to be like Joe Rogan in a way, you know, like have your main interest, like he does like comedy and shit. I had no idea he was a fucking fighter, but he's being able to know how to fight on the sides, like, dude, that's just a badass skill to just have.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, see, that's the thing too that led him to be the commentator for the UFC and stuff. Just the knowledge of all different martial arts and knowing the sport. Yeah, and just being well spoken on being able to commentate and see things and call it out, you know, play by play and stuff. So
and
like,
he's got a great voice.
Oh hell yeah. And he's just funny, dude. He's fucking
he's fucking funny ass dude.
Just the way he thinks, too. Like, I love how he just smokes weed and fucking his psychedelic adventures and stuff because he's just expanding his mind, trying to be like, he gets in arguments with people, but he's always trying to, like, he doesn't just, like, stand his ground on, like, something like, oh, this is what I believe in. He's not hard-headed. He's just, like, open-minded and stuff. It's like, you know, he'll listen to somebody who argues a point. Like, if you got really good point, like, he'll listen to it and, you know, you could change his mind and stuff like that. But yeah, you gotta have like good points and stuff like that because he'll call bullshit on people all the fucking time. I'm
right?
Like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Right? Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah, you go talk shit to Joe Rogan. That fool kick ass.
Yeah. So anyways, like I was saying, the one thing that's great about the lift is like, yeah, tomorrow we could go out to LA, do some lifts and stuff, and then put it on pause, go watch the comedy show, all right, get a couple laughs in and shit.
And that's
and
like a perfect time. I'll show you like tomorrow the shit, but like 10 to like 11:45 are like the slowest times.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. Like from 10 to like 11:45, you'll get like 2, maybe 3 rides, you know. But from to like midnight till 3 surges like crazy, and then from 4 or like 3ish till 10 is like solid hours. But once it hits like the clock strikes 10, I don't know what the fuck it is. I think it's because everybody's in clubs or in their house or, you know, whatever the hell they're doing.
They're either about to go out or people are like leaving, like coming home or going out.
Exactly. So there just aren't good times. So that's why I was like, dude, this is fucking perfect timing.
Actually. And then you know, like 2 a.m. That's when all the bars are closing and shit. And
exactly. Everybody's got to go home. It's the perfect timing. Yeah. So that's why egg is surging. And I was telling you about that fucking 500% ride. Dude, one fucking ride, I was like, dude, this is the best ride ever. Because once it showed, like, they're going, like, 20, 30 miles, I was like, all right, I know it's a 500% zone. And I know they're going pretty far, dude. This is going to be a payout, dude. I was so fucking pumped.
Fucking payday on that one ride.
Yeah.
What was that, like 160 on that one ride?
Something like that, yeah. 160, 165. It was just, like, one fucking... That was, like, the biggest ride I've ever had, though. Like, it was just the luckiest thing I've ever had in my life. And, dude, there's just little kids, you know what I'm saying? They weren't not little kids. They were, like, 17. But using their mom's credit card... and not giving one fuck, you know?
See, that's the thing, too. You gotta lift in the right fucking areas, people. Yeah. You gotta go where the fucking money is.
Yeah, that was Santa Monica area.
And where fucking people... Don't be giving out our areas.
My bad.
No, I'm just
My bad. Burning this out.
Yeah, man. Fucking...
That's for us.
God damn it. It's our moneymaker.
Yeah,
no,
right
but...
I mean, Beverly Hills, that's where to go. Just throw it out.
South Central.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. That's where you get
Ladera Heights. You know?
Just all these shit fucking spots. Don't ever fucking go
straight out of Compton.
Yeah, right. You get the worst fucking customers there.
No, but yeah, dude, I like how you could, you know, fucking make so much money off of this, be your own boss, fucking pick your schedules.
Well, you cannot get rich off of that, by the way. Let me throw you that right now. You will not get
rich, but have financial freedom.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I have freedom exactly, but I have like the money it makes. It pays my bills with a little bit more for myself, which is cool. Which is really all I need right now because, like I said, I'm trying to be a full-time student. I'm going to Fullerton, and once I like live out in LA, I'll make more money because right now I'm only working 2 days a week. I can only work Friday and Saturday.
Well, that's the thing too is you spend half the time like driving out there just to get into that area.
75 miles to get there. Yeah.
You know, it's like once you're out there, it's like you just fucking hop out of bed and fucking hop in your car and boom, you're ready. Like
it'd be a lot easier. Yeah, it'll be a lot easier once I'm there.
Yeah,
so, it'll be down the street as opposed to fucking different, county.
Yeah. That's another thing too. Once you get around in those crowded areas, it's like here in Ventura, it's like it's hard to find fucking people who want to ride. It's like the only people looking for rides is people like who don't have a car at all.
Yeah.
But like even people down there, like even if they have a car, like sometimes they'll lift just because it's like, well, I don't want to look for parking. I don't want to pay for parking. Like, you know, I don't want to worry about getting a ticket. You know, because there's never any parking in LA. And
ever.
Shit. Yeah.
Which I don't know why. I never see cars move that are parked there. You never see cars move from parking spots.
That's true.
It's like where the fuck do you? I never seen a parking spot in my life. I'm like, where did you first park? You know, when did you come here?
You never see somebody parking. You never see somebody getting in the car and pulling out.
Never. Yeah, you just see cars parked. It's fucking the weirdest thing ever. Trust me out.
Maybe it's just like a set. You know, just park cars there.
It's like
just to give the illusion of people like this. The government just parks cars there so nobody has anywhere to park.
So yeah, we don't want anybody out here. So just but random fucking cars that have stayed
It's
there
like I've
forever.
seen that car there for like 3 weeks and there's no boot. There's no boot on it, but I parked here for like fucking 3 hours and all of a sudden I'm getting towed.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, no fucking sense.
9 tickets and I'm getting towed.
It's like fucking the weirdest shit. But yeah, dude, let me tell you about this badass fucking ride that I had not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Lyft ride stories. I'd like to hear that.
yeah, dude, this girl. Oh my god. Okay. So I pull up 3:00 in the morning because it's downtown. And at this time actually, there's no cars parked anywhere, which is weird. But it's probably because it's 3 in the morning and you know it's like inner city and shit. There's not houses.
Well,
around.
I'm sure there's probably they have like something no overnight parking, like you know.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah,
That's
between
whatever
certain
area it was. I think it was on like 5th or something. Anyways, it was in some random ass club that nobody was in, like no cars were in front of. The only thing I saw were just like taco trucks. I pull up to the fucking spot, and this bitch is dumb as hell. She answers or she calls me and she's like, where the hell are you? I'm locked inside. And I'm like, well, you're not gonna be able to see me first of all if you're inside a building. I'm like, I told her I was like, I'm the only car on the road because I was the only car on the fucking road. I stopped in the middle of the damn road and put my hazards on, so it's just like obvious as fuck that I'm the one that's got to pick you up. There's only me and fucking taco trucks and just a huge crowd of people. And she's like, you know what? I'll call you when I get out. And I'm just like, okay, why did you call me in the first place? I'm just so mad already. And then she calls me again. She's like, where are you? And I was like, again, I'm the only car in the road. She's like, was that you with your hazards on? I'm like, yes, that's me. What do you mean? So she finally, I was like, oh my
the
God.
guy sitting in the car yelling at his phone. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just tripping out. I'm like, dude, this girl's drunk as fuck. It's gonna be a shit night. And I'm just in my head, I'm ranting mid like thought rant. She pops out of the crowd, and the 4 of the finest women I've ever seen in my life just like come out of the smoke. They're walking in slow motion. Their hair is, I'm just kidding, it's not that epic, but that's what it looks like to me, And then 2 guys,
some weird science shit.
Yeah,
Just
right.
fucking this beautiful girl.
Yeah, exactly. Then 2 guys are behind him, and I'm just like, oh wait, what the? My car can't fit that many people. I don't know what they're doing. Like pull up, and I'm ready to like tell them. I'm ready to like tell the dudes off, like, hey, you guys got to dip. But she does it for me. She's like, you guys got to go. I'm trying to hang out with my friend.
No,
then,
that's the thing, dude. They were probably just trying to get with the fucking girls. They probably just met him that night.
No, that was her boyfriend actually, because he said, babe, you're just gonna leave me like that. And she's like, you got to get out of here. I'm just trying to hang out with my friends. I'm like, damn, I've never seen somebody get curved that hard in my life. Yeah, dude, it hurt me. I was like, oh shit, I felt so bad. I don't know, they probably had like a bad night, whatever the hell it was. But right when she closed the door, dude, I can immediately tell, like, all right, she's just trying, she probably just like broke up with that guy or whatever the fuck the case is, and she's just trying to find some rebound dick, right? So I'm driving down the street, right? And she just starts blasting music on my fucking Prius, right? Like, badass whip. Anyways, and dude, and she's just blasting this fucking music and is dancing hardcore and just staring me down while she's dancing, and her friends are just singing along with these damn songs, and I'm like, damn, this girl definitely wants rebound dick. Like, I'm not dumb, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a fucking idiot. I see this girl trying to look at me like that, and I'm looking like a fucking snack, right? And she's just staring me down, right? And I'm just like, dude, act like a fucking Mac. Don't even look at this girl, Don't even give her the satisfaction of your attention. So I'm just like trying to look straight, just like, I've been in this situation before, trying to think that way, but I fucking have never have. And I'm just trying to play it off, and she's just dancing, and she gets tired of me for a second, so she's like, she stops dancing, goes on her phone or whatever, and then another song comes on. She does the same shit, but this time she gets a little closer, she's like throwing her hair on me and shit. Actually, like, her whole body's turned at me, dancing on me and shit, and her friends are in the back doing God knows what. Still dancing on me. I'm still not paying attention. I'm just like, dude, just stay on the fucking road. Act like a Mac, you know what I mean?
And then this is where she grabs your dick, right?
I fucking wish. No, that is not what. She gets tired of the song again, and then she goes straight back to her phone. Another song comes on, does the same shit, but this time her and her friends are like leaning forward. They got their seatbelts off, and they're all grabbing me and shit, and it's like,
you feel like a music video, right?
Yeah, that's what it felt like, dude. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, dude, just ignore them. And then, what I'm saying? They don't stop. And then Kendrick Lamar, Love Me. You know that song?
I don't.
Dude, you got it. It's a badass fucking. That shit comes on, and I wish I could sing it, but I just really don't want to embarrass myself.
Well, you can sing it because I can't play it, so people can't hear it unless they know what the song is.
You can edit it. Edit it later.
No,
edit it in.
Just give me a little sample.
It's just love me. Damn, I can't put me on the spot. I fucked up. Anyways, dude, you know the song. Edit it in later. And
maybe some people out there, maybe you know the song. I don't know the song.
Kendrick Lamar, Love comes on, and holy, if you know the song, it's the perfect song to have sex to. She just fucking just like the sexiest, like, the girls do like.
Actually, I disagree. I think Bump and Grind is the best song to have sex to.
True, touche. But yeah, that song comes on, and everybody gets fucking live. My car's shaking. These girls are windows down, out the window, screaming and shit. And this girl right next to me is just dancing so fucking sexy. She's having sex with my passenger seat, bro. and just staring me down, flipping her, like the hair flip with they pull it down, and it's the hottest thing you've ever seen. I was like, dude, and this girl's a dime, bro. Like, if I could give her a scale of 1 to 10, she'd be like 97. You know what I mean? Just like ridiculously, just fucking fine, but just shit faced drunk. And I'm just like, oh my god, dude, like every ounce of my being was just like stare straight, but I couldn't, dude. I was like, damn, this is so fucking hot. I like glances, I didn't want to stare at glances.
Well, you're trying to drive too,
Exactly, yeah. And it's the middle of downtown, freeways going fucking everywhere. We finally get to the destination. I'm like, thank the fucking Lord. Oh my god. These girls are getting out of my car.
And this is where she grabs your dick.
No, dude, I fucking wish. But she finally fucking leaves, closes the door, and I'm just like, all right, let me just like pull over and just like make sure nothing happens. Because I'm on my way home, I had to grab some shit out the back, random shit. So I get out, and right when I open the door, the light comes on. Bro, there's gum all over my fucking seat. She like put it out of her mouth and just wiped it everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck? What compelled you to do? You couldn't throw it outside?
Well, it's because you were dissing her, man. She was looking for some rebound
I guess, dude. Yeah, but she went to a party, like an after-hours spot in the middle of fucking Hollywood Hills.
Wait, so is that where you dropped her off at another party?
At another party. Yeah. It was like 3 in the fucking morning, bro.
Oh, she got some rebound dick that night.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. She went to some other helpless dude, but I wasn't going to be the one. I'm saying? I'm faithful. Well, but... Yeah,
not just that. You're good. I mean, you're professional. You're doing your fucking job. You can't be doing that shit.
Exactly. Man. People do that though. I've heard a lot of stories.
I'm sure they probably do. Don't get me any idea.
right. And then I checked the back, bro. Fuck, cigarette everywhere. This one bitch threw up out the side of my fucking door.
Oh, on the side.
Exactly. At least it was outside, thank God. But she got a little on the seat too, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
And you didn't notice this shit while you were driving?
No, like I said, the entire time there was fucking live, and I had a fucking dime. Just like staring me down and dancing like, oh my god, I'm screaming, I'm going too loud. But dude, I was just like, if you understood the circumstances, you would understand why I could not look back, bro. There's either looks forward, like dead eye forward, or stare at this fine piece of ass, dude. It was just really, it was a very complicated situation. Yeah. I wasn't ready for that. They don't prepare you for that in Lyft school.
They don't. They don't tell you what you're gonna be, and they don't tell you about those crazy motherfuckers that you gotta be picking up sometimes.
Oh, nah, never.
I mean, I'm ready for that. Like some motherfucker want to fuck with me, man.
Dude,
I'm packing heat, motherfucker.
I'll tell you the story next. I'll tell you the story next time. But my first night at Lyft, dude, I had to deal with domestic violence. It was crazy.
Oh, what? Some Ray Rice up in your backseat, or
dude,
Chris Brown, Rihanna
bro,
shit?
Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't actually hit her, but dude, she was crying, and he was just yanking her and throwing her and pulling her and shit. I'm like, dude, if you punch her or if you hit her at all, like, I'm gonna check you, bro. Ooh. But thankfully he never did. But like, dude, the first thing he said when he stepped in my car was, "Sorry, bro, we got an independent woman in the back." And I'm just like, you are a fuckboy, first of all. And I'm going to beat the shit out of you if you touch this girl. He's like some scrawny little dude, but like this girl, she's just smaller,
Poor girl, man.
And I felt so bad. Dropped her off, just felt really bad. But he gave me a $20 tip at the end, which was cool. Because like, it was the worst drive of my life, bro. And he's just like, bro, he's like, my bad,
like, hey, here's $20. Forget you ever saw anything.
Right, exactly, bro. No, he said like, you know what? You don't sign up for this shit on Lyft. Here's a tip, bro. And I'm like, all right, I'm not that mad. Whatever. It made it all better.
You know what? Your job is to drive people from one place to another. You're not supposed to you're not fucking counselor, all right? You're not supposed to figure out what their fucking domestic problems are,
but dude, where do you draw that line? You know what I'm saying? Like,
obviously, that girl went out and agreed to go on a date with that guy, or sometimes women want to play the fucking. And I'll tell you actually a story that we fucking we had when we were out there. We were doing after we got done in Albuquerque, we were headed back to for 4th of July weekend. We were coming back to California, where we stopped in Arizona to get another project that we had going, and it was doing the outside lights for Walmart, like the parking lot lights. Yeah. And so we had bucket trucks out there and stuff, and we were helping another crew get started. So we're just kind of like standing around, like like they're doing the job, but we're just making sure like they know what they're doing and stuff. Yeah. And so we're out there, dude. It's like past midnight, probably like 1 o'clock in the morning or something. And like the parking lot over, there was a like a Wells Fargo, and stuff, and like a car had like pulled up, and some dude was like yelling at some girl, like, "Give me my fucking keys" and shit like that and stuff like that. I guess she like took his keys and was like in the car and stuff, and he was like trying to like get it and stuff. Yeah. And then she was like he was like walking around and stuff, and then he was like trying to like get her open the car, and then she would kind of like drive a little bit and then like park and stop, and then she ended up getting out of the car and then like walking away and like walked through the Walmart parking lot, and like we saw her like walking, the guy's like following her like like 10 feet behind. He's like "Babe, where you going? Like give me my keys, like what the fuck and stuff." And like we're like, what the fuck's going on? Like we're trying to like see what the situation is, but
did you follow?
Well, we did. Well, we just like watched them. They walked across like the parking lot and shit, and then like we kind of like saw them go off, and then she went into like Walmart or something. So we're like, whatever. Maybe she's gonna go call the cops or some shit. And then like they came out, and then like next thing we know, we saw him back over there by the car. Like she was walking back towards the car, and we heard him yelling again, like, "Give me my keys!" and shit. He's like, "I just want to go home." And then one of the dudes from our crew like went over there, like, "Hey, bud, like, what's the problem? Like, what the fuck? You know what's going on?" He's like, "Dude," he's like, "She's got my keys." He's like, "I'm not trying to fucking." He's like, "I just want to go fucking home." Like she, you know, she fucking like wouldn't like let me take her home, and she's like, she's being like a bitch. And so, like some crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
And so like what, you know, like we're not gonna get involved in shit. And so like we like saw him like, or like finally he went over to the car again where she was, and then like we saw him like grappling with her and shit, like he had hands on her and stuff.
Yeah.
So then like we walked over there and shit, and like one of the dudes was like, "Hey, like let her go and shit." And then and minded like this girl, she wasn't exactly a small girl, she was a little bigger boned, you know. So she could hold her own, you know? Yeah. So anyways, like, you know, they're like grappling and stuff, and we're like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "I'm trying to get my keys and shit." And then like we're like, "Let her go and shit." And so he finally like lets go and stuff, and then so she like sits in the car, and then like out of nowhere, dude, like another fucking car rolls up, dude, and fucking like comes up and like bumps the back of that car and shit. Well, because like she had the keys, and like she walked like a little bit away, and then he got in the car, but he still didn't have the keys. Like so he was just sitting in the car, and like another car came up and like bumped the back of his car.
It's her car.
No, it was his car. No, but like
her car driving into it.
No, it was her,
some random car.
It was her brother or her uncle or something.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, she had called somebody. So this dude gets out of the fucking car, and he's like, he starts going up to the fucking other guy in the car, and he starts yelling at her, and then she comes up, right? And the guy like grabs the dude out of the car and pulls him out and is like ready to fucking. And then that other dude, now like he was all tough before, now he's all backing up and like running away. And then the girl comes in, and then the girl's like doing some stupid shit where she's like getting in the way of the guy who just came, and she's like, no, leave him alone, like don't hit him, blah 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 and stuff. And it's like, wait a minute, did you just call this dude to come to like come get like help you out, and then you're gonna get in the middle and like try to protect this dude? Like what's going on?
Yeah,
you know. And then we started thinking like maybe the bitch is just fucked up, you know.
Yeah, she's like, psychotic.
Because like as the more we started to look at it, it's like, you know, maybe the dude was just trying to get home, like, you know, he accepted dare, like maybe she was mad because he wasn't gonna fuck her or some shit, you know. Maybe she was thinking that like she was gonna get digged down that night or something, and he's like, nah, like, you know, I'm just trying to hang out and like take you home and shit. Yeah, you know, something like that, you know. You don't know the fucking situation, but sometimes bitches be crazy, dude, you know. So like anyways, like in that situation, it seemed like more like he was just like trying to like fucking get out of that bad situation. He was just trying to get his keys and get home and fucking get done with it. But then like she calls some other dude, and then like then she gets like, and like if you're gonna call somebody, like have him beat the fuck out of that dude or whatever and be done with it or whatever, you know. And then she's all like, "Oh no, like don't hit him," and blah 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 and stuff like that. And it's like, what the fuck? So finally like the dude like the other guy that came and like bumped into his car, he was like trying to go out to the guy and shit, and then finally like he just gave up and like got in his car, and the girl got in the car too, and then they like drove off, and then like threw the keys at the dude's car and shit. And then like, and so we're standing there, like we had stopped working, dude, for like 20 minutes. We're just standing there in the parking lot, like watching this shit go down, because like we're like we're still in the Walmart parking lot, and like the Wells Fargo parking, like they're like 20 feet away from us, right? Like we just hopped the fence and we could like get involved, but we're just like letting it play, you know. It's like not our business, you know. Fucking like if we saw like him act like really beating her or some shit like that, like we'd step in and everything. But it's like, you know, let them handle their own fucking shit and stuff.
I can see that phone call going down. She's like, "Hey, I need you to come by and then like hit this guy's car and then play bitch." You know, like, what the fuck? What was the thought process in that?
I have no idea. So anyways, like, so going back to that, I'm just saying sometimes these girls get themselves in some fucking situations like that. It's like you know, I don't know. Some girls are smart enough to know better. Other girls are just like, you know, oh, nothing will ever happen to me, blah, 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 and stuff. And then they get stuck in a situation. And then they always want to play the victim about shit. And I understand, sometimes guys do take advantage of situations and shit. And like, you know, obviously most of the time women are smaller and less stronger than men, so they could get overpowered and stuff. But a lot of times, too, these girls put themselves in these positions, you know? Yeah. So it's like... Definitely. You know, they get all drunk and shit, and then they want to blame somebody else. It's like, whoa, like, I didn't fucking tell you to get all fucking drunk and, you know, stupid shit like that. Yeah, shit face like that, you know?
It was your choice.
Yeah, and that's another thing, too. It's like, you know, guys, like not all guys are out there like, oh, let me buy you a drink. Like, some guys are, like, those guys are, like, they just want to get girls drunk so they could, like, fucking do whatever they want with them. Right. Other guys, like, you just want to have a good time. And some girls are just, like, out there trying to get free drinks from guys and shit. So they're just, like, you know, playing, like, all sexy and stuff and get a free drink. And then, and then they get all drunk and they're like, oh, I didn't really want to talk to him. And then he's, like, kind of thinking, like, well, shit, like, I just buy you drinks. Like, you know, I thought this was going somewhere and shit. So, like, it creates, like, this whole fucking little thing going on and stuff, you know? That's why I don't fucking buy women's drinks.
Right, exactly. Oh, dude, it's funny. I was just having having this conversation about like what is rape, you know? It's like basically what is rape is like whatever's not consensual sex, you know? So like if you were not sober and not saying yes to sex, then it's like rape. But you know, there's so many like situations like you're saying, you know what I'm saying? Like what if they're buying drinks all night and then eventually, you know, it leads to it, because you don't start off a night like, hey, before I buy you this first drink, are we gonna end up having sex or what? Because I need to have consent now. You don't fucking do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, you know, then you could just like be buying drinks, both of you guys, and then the girl could be saying like, I can fucking hang. You know, like in that situation, the guy's like, all right, let's fucking hang. And after a while, she's like, all right, let's fuck. Then you'd be like, okay, you know. And the next morning, it's like, oh, you raped me. It's like, well, you didn't see what happened yesterday. Yeah. You were drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know how drunk you were until now. You know.
Yeah, so. And that's the thing too, is like, because I've actually had one of those situations where I bought a girl a drink one time. Like, you know, I just like simply saw her drink. I was like, hey, do you want something? She's like, yeah, I'll take a beer or whatever. I was like, okay. Like, I was already going to the bar and shit. I brought her a beer, and then like, you know, fucking night goes on, stuff like that, and then like. She was like, the next day, she's like, did you try to drug me last night? I was like, the fuck? She's like, yeah, I felt weird this morning. Because we ended up getting high later that night. Like, because I was like, hey, I got a joint and shit. Like, we smoked. And so, like, I was like, hey, I got like a joint. She's like, oh, like, let's, like, you know, it was her, like, you know, I just brought up that I had a joint. Like, I didn't say, like, here, hit it. Like, I wasn't trying to drug her or nothing like that. Like, I was just like, hey, I got a joint. She's like, oh, like, you know, I smoke too. So,
but she asked if you drugged her?
Well, that's, yeah. Like, think, like, I don't know, maybe she just wasn't used to being drunk and high or some shit. And, like, you know, like, she thought that some, I don't know what it was or whatever, but like she was even like wanting me to like go home with her and shit, and I was like, I was tired, I was just trying to fucking get the fuck home and stuff. I was like, I don't want, like, you know, plus I was like, you know, you're too drunk and shit like that. I'm like, even I was too drunk, dude. I was like, you know, I was like, this is just gonna be a whiskey dick situation. I was like, you're not gonna be happy, I'm not gonna be happy.
Dude, I have some shitty whiskey dick stories. I'm not gonna share them.
Let's not go down
that road. Yeah,
but anyways, all I'm saying is like, you know, that's why like now I don't even fucking buy women drinks or anything like that. Oh yeah, I know you got to go, so we'll wrap this shit up. And
yeah.
But how do you want to wrap this up? You got anything else you want to say real quick?
See, how do I want to wrap this up? Like a Christmas present, dude. Just like nice and tight.
Just throw a bow on it.
Yeah, nice and pretty. No, we kind of covered a bunch of shit, dude. Shit was dope. Fucking like always coming to the studio. Still looks great. I hope we can see this shit.
Yeah, I hope dope. This comes out good. It's kind of like a little test.
I wish we could have talked about this. This shit was fucking dope.
I mean, we could talk about it real quick. I got my my compound bow right here. Got my holster with 44 mag bullets right there. Yeah. Got my Tim Brown, Jerry Rice combo right there.
That's what's up.
One of my favorite receiver duos on the Raiders growing up right there. Got my crossbow over there by you. How
long was Jerry Rice on the Raiders for?
He was for a couple of years, like 3 or 4 years, something like that. Which was dope, dude. Because I actually always loved him with San Francisco. I just never want to admit that I liked. Like San Francisco was fucking bomb back in the day, dude. The Niners, fucking Steve Young.
Did he take him to a bowl?
No. Actually. Was he with them in 2001 when they went they played the Buccaneers? Remember? Because they made it to that Super Bowl, but they just got fucking destroyed in that one. Because that was like the year after Gruden had went to Buccaneers and shit. So fucking like he knew what the Raiders were fucking bringing right away. It was it was like no contest. It was just a fucking slaughter. But yeah, this is the fucking studio and shit.
Can they see this?
I don't know, probably. I mean,
if you can see this, like. His fucking mad scientist notes. He's got them all over the fucking place. Looks crazy.
You gotta write stuff down. That's the main thing. If I don't write stuff down or I don't put it in like view, like the reason I hung my bow and my crossbow here is like to remind myself each day, like, you know, okay, like like you know, if I put it in my case and just throw it in the closet or put it in the shed or something, it's like I'm gonna forget. Like I'm not gonna like that's just one of the things about me. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I need to train myself to get into a routine that I like rather than like what somebody else tells me. Because if I have a normal job and shit, it's like I don't have time to do the things I want. I just think about like fuck, I gotta go do this for somebody, and I just want to sleep and relax, you know. And it's like this stuff, it is fun and relaxing, but sometimes it just like after I do shit for other people, it's like I don't want to do all that shit.
Mold the world around you, don't mold yourself in around the world.
I like that. That's a good little quote. Let's end on that right there.
Hell yeah. All right, good one. Yeah,
all right, so Bobby Cerda, people, if you want, you can follow this guy online, Bobby Certified at on Instagram and shit. You can find him on Facebook, Bobby Cerda. He's one of my friends.
Cerda.
Yeah, spell it out for Bobby.
As BOBBY with a smiley face. No, I'm just kidding. Cerda.
You know, I
just found out Cerda. My name is pronounced Cerda because it's Italian and C is pronounced ch in Italian. Anyways,
really?
Yeah, it's fucking weird. I don't know.
Okay.
My whole life.
Well, here we go, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Cerda. All right. Well, it was a great talk. Thanks for coming by. Yeah. Shake my hand with your guillotine fucking finger. Oh, show that to the camera real quick.
Oh yeah, cut my finger off.
Yeah, like fucking guillotine, like straight up, like this part of the finger like off, and then they like sewed it back on. Fucking gnarly. Next time he comes back, we'll fucking
talk about that. Yeah. Hopefully be pretty healed and they can like take it out.
All right.
See it.
Yeah, I know you gotta go, so we'll get out of here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Peace out.